Alright guys, welcome to this lesson on evening star. So, what is an evening star? Basically, it is a pattern that looks like this. It is a triple candlestick pattern. The first candle being a bullish candlestick, second candle being a small candlestick. Normally it will be a spinning top or it can be an inverted hammer, but it has to be very small. Then the third candle is a big bearish candle, and this big bearish candle must be larger than the first candle, and preferably it must close below the halfway point of this first candle. Okay, so when you see this candlestick pattern, it marks the end of an uptrend, especially when you see this at the end of a trend. And also this is a bearish signal. So basically the buyers are dominating the bullish trend at first, then the second candle comes out, doesn't matter what the color is, and it indicates that traders are being indecisive during the second candle. And when the third candle comes in, it indicates that the sellers are starting to dominate. So the first candle must be green color, second candle can be any color, third candle has to be red color. Okay, so if I'm to ask you which pattern is stronger, the first pattern or the second pattern? So you need to understand that the larger the green candle and the larger the red candle, the more forceful the reversal is. And hence, out of these two, which one is stronger? Definitely the second one. Okay, so to give you an example, can you spot where the evening star is? So you can see I have a resistance zone over here, and the evening star form at the end of this very short-term bullish trend. Okay, and you see a very long red candle, and when the price breaks below this trend line, it confirms that this uptrend has ended. So I'll give you another example, and this is a resistance zone. Evening star, where is it? You can see there's one form over here, another one over here, another one over here, and this is not super perfect because you know why? The third candlestick pattern, remember when I said it has to close below the halfway point of the first candle, and in this case this one would be less strong as compared to this pattern. Okay, so you can see evening star form at critical levels. It came down, retraced and test this 100 SMA, came back up, formed the pattern again, and came down, test this trend line, and when it break the trend line, this is an indication that the trend has ended yet again. So the thing about evening stars in a bullish trend is that it helps you to take profit. Unless you're looking to pick tops and bottoms, you want to sell on an uptrend, it is not that high probability. So if you want to sell at the downtrend. So example of a downtrend, just like this. Price came up over here, test this 50 SMA. Alright, so what you can do is that you can initiate a trade. Once this evening star is formed, is completed, you don't need to wait for the fourth candle, because triple candlestick patterns, normally the third candle is the confirmation in itself. Okay, so you can enter a sell trade over here, and then you can put your stop slightly above 50 SMA, and then you can take your profit when it touches the swing low, recent swing low. But again, make sure that you only enter when the risk to reward is desirable, minimum 1:1 risk to reward ratio. Make sure you take into account of the spread as well. Okay, so another example over here, can you spot where the evening star is? This would be a higher probability. Why is that? Because first thing first, this is where the evening star is formed. Can you see that? And it is testing the 100 SMA and testing this green trend line. Can you see that? There's a confluence, and also your stochastics is showing you overbought signal. So based on all these confirmations, we are on a downtrend. So what you can do is that you can open a sell trade once this evening star is completed. Put your stop slightly above 100 SMA or the trend line. Take profit at the recent swing low, and hence this trade will give you a better risk to reward ratio. Okay. Now the thing is, just like any other pattern, evening star doesn't work all the time. Okay. So for example, can you spot where the evening star is? Over here. Okay, it is testing your 100 SMA, and CCI is giving you overbought signal. And if you have entered into this trade, you set your TP target over here, and you put your stop slightly above 100 SMA, you might get stopped out over here. Okay, so Eventually the price did come down to hit this level, but with that said, you're only losing this amount, so it is not that significant. Okay, as long as your wins cover your losses, then it will be fine. This is just trading, you know. The price hit your stop loss and then come down to your TP target. It happens in trading a lot, so don't get frustrated by this. Just move on. There's always another trading day. So another pattern that I want to show you is evening doji star, and this pattern is a little bit different. What is so different about that is the middle candle is a doji. That's it. Just now it was a spinning top. It can be an inverted hammer, it can be a hammer, but this one is just a doji. The first candle remains the same, third candle remains the same. Okay, so evening doji star is more reliable than the normal evening star in terms of giving a reversal signal, because the fact that you have a doji, it is a strong signal in itself. Evening doji star, even though it is more reliable, you find that it is less common as compared to the normal evening star. Okay, now I'll give you some examples. You can spot an evening doji star here. Is this a good trade to enter? Check your moving averages first. All sloping down, 50 below 100, 100 below 200, all good. And it is testing your 100 SMA and also testing your trend line. Okay, and if you are to use stochastics or CCI, it will probably give you an overbought signal, because even RSI gave you an almost overbought signal. By now you should know that RSI don't really give a lot of signals. The momentum indicators that give you more signals is stochastics and CCI. You'll learn more about this in the next few lessons. But is this a good trade to go in? Yes, because you can enter over here. Okay, once this candle is completed, put your stop slightly above 100 SMA, which is over here, and then you can put your TP at the recent swing low, and sure enough, price came down and hit your TP. Straightforward trade. Okay, so another example for you, can you spot where the evening doji star is, which is over here. Okay, so it is testing your trend line. It appears a bit above 50 SMA, so what you can do is that you can put your stop slightly above your trend line, enter over here. Once this pattern is completed, put your TP target at the recent swing low, and sure enough, after a few hours, your trade is completed. Your stochastics also went to overbought. Okay, so by the time the pattern is confirmed, stochastics would have went back to neutral level, which is a good timing for you to go in. Okay, so with that, I hope that this lesson gives you a good idea on how to use evening doji star. And with that, I'll talk to you in the next lesson. Bye.